Dynamics GP supports multiple budgets for any fiscal year. ActivReporter supports reporting all the budget capabilities of Dynamics GP. In Dynamics GP, budgets are stored in a SQL table and linked to each chart of account. ActivReporter stores budget amounts as transactions. These budget transactions are stored with all other transactions but delineated by a budget ledger. For the Fabricam dataset, we see that there are 3 separate budgets listed for the year 2014. Here is a spreadsheet representation of Budget 3 from Dynamics GP. Here is the same Budget 3 in ActivReporter viewed as a general ledger posting. And here is a single account with all the budget entries for 2014, showing the multiple budgets. If we sort by date, the budget amounts for each named budget are shown together. The advantage of the ActivReporter budget architecture is that you access and report budget amounts in exactly the same way as any other transactional posting. Let's see how to populate a spreadsheet with budget information in a financial design. We create an income statement in ActivReporter using the Layout Wizard. We choose the natural account 41 ? What if we want budget amounts in column I? First, we copy column G into column I. The formulas in this financial design reference the metadata in column heading. Change the letter A in the cell I2 to the letter B. This will force budget amounts into this column instead of the book amount. Since budgets are stored in transactions just like any other posting, we can drill down to these transactions, and indeed we see that all transactions are from the budget ledger as expected. However, we note that the number presented from the B ledger is a composite of all 3 budget amounts, Budget 2014, Budget 1, and Budget 3. What if we want to separately report the 3 distinct budget ledgers in columns on the spreadsheet? In ActivReporter, the budgets are distinguished by extra tags on the posting. These extra tags are analogous to dimensions in Dynamics GP Analytical Accounting. In ActivReporter, they are called attributes. The attribute in ActivReporter is budget, and the values are Budget 3, Budget 2014, and Budget 1. To see how to separate out the budgets, let's copy the composite budget column into an adjacent column. Use the function wizard on the formula. Note that there is an available parameter where we can place the attribute, budget equal budget 3. Copy this formula down the column and check our work. Indeed, now the column represents only budget 3. We can make this easier by using the indirection capabilities of ActivReporter. Place the word budget in cell F3 and budget 3 in cell J3. Now change the formula to set the string in F3 equal to the string in J3 by using the item expression function. Copy this cell down the list of cells in column J. Drill down on the sales number in column J and you will note that only budget 3 items are presented as expected. The indirect reference we have introduced will make adding the additional budget columns very easy. To complete the separation of the budgets, copy column J to K and L. Change the attribute item in K3 and L3. And voila! We see all budget amounts are indeed separated. Let's look at another example where we do not have an extra parameter position to place our attribute. Again, we use the function wizard to create an income statement. This time we will use the income statement categories for our row definition. As before, we copy our actual column into an adjacent column. And, as before, we set up the indirection for the budget attribute value. Also change the ledger to the B ledger. Now if we drill down, we see the budget amount is the composite budget amount. Using the function wizard, we see that there is no unused parameter in our function. Therefore, we must add our item expression function to one of the other existing parameters. We use the ampersand string concatenation function. Now, if we drill down, we see that the budget amounts are limited to the budget 3 amounts as desired. You now see how versatile the ActivReporter is in being able to work with the multiple Dynamics GP budgets.